Hello and welcome to You and Me Equals 3. On this channel, I help you as a first-time mom to create healthy meal ideas that you can enjoy with your baby who is learning to eat solid foods. I also make recipes that you can enjoy with your children in general, like family-friendly recipes. So if this sounds interesting to you and you have not subscribed to my channel already, make sure to subscribe. And at the end of this video, if you do find it helpful, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions or if you have any recommendations, and if you like my recipes in general. Without rambling too much, today I'm going to prepare lentils bolognese, meaning instead of using grounded beef to make your normal bolognese, I'm going to use lentils instead. So it is totally vegetarian friendly, or I should say people that don't like to eat meat a lot. You can totally do this, like maybe alternate between because you can like maybe eat maybe you want to eat meat one day and then you don't want to eat meat the other day. So this recipe is perfect for that. Okay, so without wasting too much time, I have everything prepped basically. The only thing that I don't have prepped is my carrot. I have just washed it and my onion as well, and I'm going to cut it because there's something that I want to talk about. Not everybody will like this, but I'm going to talk about it, and then when I have all the ingredients ready to cook, then I will move you over to the burner. So I'm going to start by cutting my onion. Okay, this is like a medium-sized onion that I have washed, and without not being so touchy, I'm just going to chop it up into dice. You know, what I want to talk about, my husband and I, we are very simple people. We are low to, how do you even call them? Like we are very, humble, like very, what's the word I'm looking for? Down to earth is the word that I'm looking for. We are very down to earth people. I come from Ghana. I was born in the 80s, and in my family, when we were born, we come from like it sounds silly, but like a royal family. I'm going to put it in quotes because my grandfather was like the king of the village that I come from. And as kids, when my parents gave birth to us, we were given like Tribar marks on our cheeks, and we were five. We have 5 children, and we all have that, you know. And the belief was like to differentiate us from the other people, like, you know, like in the village. So when people see you, they know, oh, you come from the royal family, not like the royal family that is in England or like other places where they are very rich and like they are worshipped. No, not that kind. So anyway, I grew up with this Tribar marks, like I said, on my cheeks. I went to school. I did everything. I had a normal life. I had boyfriends and all that, but now I live in Europe. I've been here for, my husband is an Austrian. I've been here for quite a long time, I think 10 years almost, and I have a daughter that is 11. She came home yesterday and she asked me, Mommy, who is Kylie Jenner? Excuse me, I have to get something to put the onions in. My daughter comes home from school and then she asked me, Mommy, who is Kylie Jenner? And I had the look on my face, like, before I even finished that question finished that whole, how the whole thing, how should I say, before I even continue that story. I cannot even talk. I don't make videos like this, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I really want to talk about the topic and see what people think. Did I make a mistake? What I said, was it wrong? Should I have said something else? I just need some opinion, you know, from other people as well, because then maybe I can go back and sit her down and explain things to her in a different way. So anyway, before I even go into that part, like I said, Now I'm going to cut my carrots. Okay, the onions have been chopped here, and for the carrots, I just use, I think it's 130 grams. I'm using 2 orange ones and 2 of the yellow kind of carrots. I have them washed and peeled already. So I am not a social media person. I don't have an Instagram, and I have Facebook, but I post mainly recipes and a few pictures of my kids there. And my husband doesn't have any of the things that I'm mentioning. He doesn't have Facebook, he doesn't have a Twitter, he doesn't have YouTube, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't even have Instagram, nothing. But I have the Facebook because I love cooking, and I do all these recipes, and I wanted to be able to share it with other people, because why not? I'm sure somebody will find them helpful. So I don't have all those things. I don't have Instagram mainly. And I don't like Instagram because I find Instagram to be like a platform. I'm not judging anybody that likes Instagram. This is just my personal opinion here, or my personal preference, okay? And I think we as human beings, we have the right to choose or not to choose something. So that doesn't mean that I judge people that have it or whatever. I don't have it because I find it to be mostly, I know there are good people there, and there are people that are there like just to, not to show off, but just to be normal. But there are mostly people that are constantly showing off, showing what they have and showing the bodies they have. And what gets to me is the fakeness of like people that do surgeries and come on this platform and just pretend like they were born like that. That just gets to me. So my daughter asked me that question, who is Kylie Jenner? And I looked at her, I was stunned, and I asked her, where did you hear that from? Because she doesn't know all that stuff yet. And to think she's 11, but I have been trying. I know I cannot protect her from all that forever. At some point she will find out, and she will have to decide whether or not she wants to be a part of that or not. But she has such self-confidence from when she was a child, and I wanted to stay that way for as long as it's possible. So when she asked me that, I was like, how did you hear about her? And she said, yeah, in my school, when we went on break and we were in the garden, I heard these girls talking about her and looking at pictures on their phone. And so that's why I'm asking, who is Kylie Jenner? Because it sounds like she's very popular. And I said, yes, she is very popular. She's like a superstar. But please, you don't want to know about her. You don't want to get to know her, even on social media. Of course, you will know her personally. And just stay away from this name. It sounds stupid, but that is what I honestly told her. Stay away from this name and don't Google her, don't find out about her. And she said, well, I already saw a picture of her because the girls were looking at it and I went over to look at it. And I said, okay, well then if you've seen a picture of her, she is a normal person like you and me that was able to advertise herself through television show that her family was doing or are still doing. I don't know because I don't watch that show. I'm sorry, did I just spit? Oh, I don't even watch that show. So that's how she got popular. And then I didn't know how to explain it to her, because I mean, that's why I'm doing this video, mainly a recipe, but I want to use the opportunity to ask this question. How do you explain something like this to your daughter? 11 years old, coming home, asking you, who is this person? And this is not a person that I will consider a good, like I said, I don't want to be judged. I'm doing this video like I'm putting myself out there. I'll probably be judged. But I need an opinion, I need someone to... My husband doesn't have an answer for this. I haven't asked him, but I don't think so. So as women, and I'm thinking mostly Mothers, how will you explain this to your daughter? Please let me know, because then if I said it wrong, I can go back and explain things to her in a much more better way, or should I say a more diplomatic way, without taking it too personal. Because for me, my children's interest is very important to me. I don't want my daughter to start following somebody, because here in Austria there are so many they say that majority of the teenagers here are so unhappy with the way they look. They are not happy with their body. They don't have any self-esteem. They are just miserable, okay? Plain to say. I mean, point blank, they are miserable. I'm making such a mess. But don't look at the mess. The recipe is good, so just focus on that. And so, in order not to confuse you too much, I just want to know, how can I explain this to my daughter? Because I basically told her, hey, she is not somebody that you want to be looking her up and Googling her and reading about her, because to me, she is not a good role model. Okay, maybe she is, I don't know, but that is my opinion. I feel like she is misleading a lot of teenagers, posting a lot of pictures of herself. So, okay, what I did, to be honest with you, was when my daughter told me that she has already seen a picture of her, then what I did was I said, okay, well then, come and let me show you a picture too. So I took my phone and then I went to Google and I Googled Kylie Jenner back then and now. And pictures of her popped up. I mean, she has a lot of pictures. So pictures of her popped up and I just showed my daughter a comparison of her pictures before, when she was like around her age, 11, 12. I saw pictures of her like that, 13. And I showed her those pictures and also pictures of her now. And I said, this was her before, this is her now. She looks totally different. Not only because she is a grown up now, but she has gone through a lot of transformation, which are not, I think most people know, which are not real. And so, yeah, this is who Kylie Jenner. But please don't get caught up in all these things that the girls in your schools are looking up or talking about. And yeah, so that's how I handled it. And I think, I don't know, something tells me I didn't handle it well, and I might have to handle it in a different way. I will have to sit down with her and explain things to her in a different way. Oh, I just don't know. That is why I'm here as a normal human being, as a normal mom. I'm asking for some advice, like, how will you handle such a thing if your daughter comes home and asks you such a question? So please let me know in the comment section, because I don't want to come across like, I don't know, strange, weird, or yeah. So I have the carrots cut. And oh, did I just put carrots in my hair? I think I did. Oh, silly. I have the carrots cut, I have the onions cut, and I'm going to start cooking. So I will move the camera to, I'll move the camera closer so you can see what I'm going to do, okay? But I have, I have some canned tomato here. I'm going to use one. I have my lentils here, the yellow kind. You can use the red kind, it doesn't matter. But I'm using the ones that have been split in half because they cook faster. And I have some leeks, a little bit of leeks. Some coriander. I love coriander. My family loves coriander. I don't like parsley, but you can use parsley instead if that is what you prefer. And here in this pot, I just have a little bit of stock, vegetable stock. You can use beef stock, chicken stock, whatever, okay? But since I'm doing a meat-free, I know this is not, the stock is like not the meat, but if you make a beef stock, then of course, there's beef in it. My dad is a vegetarian and he is like the strict kind. He doesn't eat any products from animals. He doesn't even eat like a stock, a beef stock. You cannot cook for him with beef stock. He doesn't eat anything that has to do with animals or fish or nothing. Not even products of them. He only drinks like almond milk. He eats. He doesn't eat eggs. He eats beans, mushrooms. That's it. That's where he gets his protein mainly from beans. And tofu, he loves tofu too. So I'm going to use vegetable stock instead for people like him, you know, that don't even want to have anything to do with animals. Like, yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, we're going to start cooking. I'm going to move you to my burner. I'm just turning my burner on. And I'm going to use, where is my oil? Yeah, there. I have my oil here. You can use sunflower oil. Sorry, what did I just say? Here's my oil here. I'm going to use, yeah, sunflower oil. Why am I so confused? So you can use sunflower oil or olive oil, okay? I don't have any olive oil handy, so that's why I'm using sunflower. But if you are making this spaghetti for, my kids are older. My son is 5. And my daughter is 11, like I said. So, but if you have like toddlers, like if you are making this spaghetti for a 10-month-old, please use olive oil instead, okay? It's much healthier. So I have the oil in here and I'm going to move the camera, like I said, close. Okay, so now we are closer to the pot and I'm just going to add my onions in right now. As always, this is a very simple recipe. It's not going to take a lot of time. So that is in the onions and we add the carrots straight away, okay? Give this a stir. I have my heat on medium, on 8. I have my heat on medium. Let's put it on a 6, okay? My heat is on 6. We're just going to let this saute a little bit for like 5 minutes. And then we will start adding the other ingredients. And this is the lentils that I was talking about. It's the half kind. And it is, can you see? Yeah, you can see. It is split in half, you know. You can, when I made my lentils recipe, this is the kind that I use. This is the kind that I mainly buy. Either the orange looking one or the yellow one, because it's quicker. It cooks quicker. If you're in Austria, if you live in Austria, this is how they mainly package them. So yeah. So we give this a stir. Give it a few more minutes. I'm trying to think, what can I do right now? Oh, I know what I can do right now. I'm going to get my pot ready to cook this spaghetti now. Okay, let's give it a stir again. Okay, now I'm going to add I use this to measure the oil, so I'm just going to wipe the big one off a bit. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste, just a half teaspoon, okay? So half teaspoon of tomato paste. And then we will add the lentils right away. a little bit of garlic right away. If you are making this for, I'm just getting my garlic from my onion basket. If you're making this for like a 10-month-old, skip the garlic. Like I said, my kids are older now, but these are all things, recipes that I made when they were young and they loved it. And that's why I like to share these children-friendly recipes, because I'm not a nutritionist or anything. This is all just, like I said, things that I have made for my kids when they were younger, and even till today I still cook them. Now we are going to add the canned tomato. This is just 1 can, which is 400 grams. And then I will add my stock to this. Okay, I'm just dumping it in here like that. This is half a cup of stock. Give this a stir. You know, lentils, they double in size, so when you cook them. So you can use more lentils if you want, but it will be too thick. Then you will have to add more stock to it, just so you bear that in mind. Okay. I'm going to turn my heat down to 4 because I want this to cook very slowly. I'm going to, like I said, my children are older now, so I can add a little bit of black pepper. If you're making this for a toddler, please skip the pepper. I'm going to add oregano, and I'm taking 1 teaspoon. And it's the dried kind, okay? Dry oregano. If you have fresh one, you can use that as well. You can also put basil. I was going to say basilicum. That's how we call it in German. So yeah, basil. You can put that in here. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And that's it. I'm going to let this cook between 15 to 20 minutes. Remember, there is no meat in this. So just until the lentils are soft, okay, are cooked. And that's it. I'll turn my heat down even lower. I'm going to put it on 3 because this burner is like it gets really hot. I'm going to give it a quick taste. Yeah, perfect. No adjustments needed. So this will cook for, like I said, between 15 to 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to get my pasta going. So I'm going to set my pasta here. I'm going to add some salt to the pasta water. 2 teaspoons. I think we all know how to cook pasta, so there's no need to just your water, some salt. You bring it to a boil. And I will be using what we call vollkorn. In Austria, it's called vollkorn. It's supposed to be like the healthy pasta, you know. And the link to this recipe will be down below. Will be linked. You just click on the show more button, and then it will lead you to my website where I have all my recipes. Good. Okay. So we are going to let these two cook, and I will come and check them in 15. I'll come and check this in 15 minutes. My water has to come to a boil first. So I'll see you then. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and my beans, my lentils are soft. They are done in here. I did turn my heat very low to 2. Now I'm going to add the leeks to it. And the point I was making when I said that growing up, although we had the Tribar marks on our faces, it didn't make me feel any less beautiful. I mean, I still met my husband. I still met I met friends before I met my husband, of course. I had boyfriends, and I didn't feel any less of a human being. I didn't feel like I was not pretty. I didn't feel like the marks were like something bad. I mean, we told our mother all the time, God, why did you give us this mark on our face? But it didn't bother us like, oh God, I feel so ugly and I want to, I don't know, vanish from the face of the earth. I didn't feel like that, and none of my sisters felt that way. So I think that is why everything gets me now, like the way people have this this image of being beautiful. It's like you're not supposed to have any scar, any scratch, any mark, nothing. You're just supposed to be seamless and nothing should be wrong with you, which is absurd because we are human beings. We go through life and we fall as kids, we get hurt. I mean, what the heck? So I think that is why I gave my daughter that kind of an answer, because I know that that family is like a family known. People know them to be, I don't know, maybe people know them to be perfect. I've no idea. But yeah, my spaghetti is cooking here. And I'm going to cook it for 8 minutes because that is what the package says. When you buy spaghetti on your package, it always tells you how long you should cook it. So just follow that instructions. If you're cooking it for a 10-month-old, a toddler, you might want to cook it longer, not al dente as for grown-ups. So yeah, my leeks are in here now, and my burner is now on 1. I'm just going to let the steam just cook the leeks because it's leeks. It's like spring onions. It's not that tough that you need to boil it or anything. So just the steam will finish cooking that, and I will wait for my pasta to be done. And we will serve it with the coriander sprinkled on top, some cheese, and yeah, I will show you when it's all done. In the meantime, I will clean up a little bit. Okay, my pasta is done, and I'm going to use some of the water to add to the stew. So I'm just putting the pasta in here. And I made just 200 grams of pasta to go with the amount of stew that I made. Okay, pasta all done. Burner turned off. Okay, so the burner is off, but it is still like sitting on the burner, so it's steamy. I'm going to put a bit of coriander in here, just a pinch. See, it looks really good. It's like the lentils has made it like creamy. And now I'm going to take spaghetti, put it in here. It depends on how you like it. I like eating spaghetti with a lot of stew and less spaghetti in it. So just toss it around like that. And then using a ladle, I'm just going to add a little bit of the pasta liquid, water, sorry. And that's it. See, you can add. I still have some spaghetti here that I will add to it after I eat this one. Okay, I'm stirring it too much. So now I'm going to put a little bit of spaghetti. I'm going to put it in a plate and I will show it to you. Okay, so our lentils bolognese is done, and I'm going to have a taste of it. I just let me add some more cheese. I just added a little bit of cheese, but I'm going to add some more. The more cheese, the better. And I sprinkled a little bit of coriander on top, and I'm going to have a taste. So, it's so good. I think the best things in life are the simple things. So I hope you give this recipe a try. And let me know in the comment section what you think. And also please give me your advice on what I discussed before. And give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I'm going to continue eating. It's so good.